Okay, so welcome everybody to our webinar today. We're also going to be streaming this as a podcast on the Top Docs podcast channel. So I'm Lori Werner with Medical Marketing Whiz, and today we have a very special guest. We have Lisa Samela, who is the Director of Operations for LiquaVita. And I'm really excited to have Lisa here today because we're going to be talking about bringing IV therapy into your practice. And Lisa and I got the chance to meet in person a couple of months back down in Florida. We were both participating in a similar medical convention together. And I was just so impressed with the company, the products, and the different options that people have from going from actually opening up their own LiquaVita medical spa, or even just bringing these products into your existing practice. And we know, Lisa, I'm sure you're going to tell us a bunch of great stats about this, but I feel like IV therapy is such a growing industry. And the thing is that, you know, people are asking about this, people are Googling these things, people are more into wellness. And so it's a really great thing to bring into your practice, to bring more new people and repeat business into your practice. So Lisa, I will let you kick it off, but really, really excited to see what you're going to have to go over with us today.
Thank you so much for the introduction, Lori. I am super excited to be here and educate all you guys on the benefits of LiquaVita, everything we have to offer. And just to piggyback on what you are saying, yes, people are becoming more and more aware of wellness and preventative care, and healthcare has taken such a huge shift, especially since COVID. So IV therapy is just a great add-on service. So we're going to talk all about that and the benefits and the products and everything you need to know about LiquaVita. We have made it really easy to introduce and offer vitamin IV therapy into any medical practice with our all-in-one infusion products. There are a lot of benefits to offering IV therapy. I always say if you're not offering it, your clients are going to go somewhere else to get it. So why not introduce it the easy way LiquaVita has made it? Also, it's a great, add-on service to any medical practice, whether you're an internal medicine, we have lots of different affiliates ranging from med spas to surgical centers to urgent care centers to family practices to OBGYNs, so bringing on IV therapy just is an easy add-on service. It works both ways for your business. If you are not offering IV therapy, you already have your established clientele that you can introduce it to. Everyone loves to try a new service, and it will also bring in new business once you do add it on as a service, because people are going to be looking for it and they come to your practice, and that's going to give you also the opportunity to upsell them and cross-sell them to other services that you're already offering.
And one of the
Um,
things, real quick, Lisa, that I was kind of thinking about, at the beginning was, you know, we always want to add new services and be on top of the latest advancements in medicine. And a lot of times that comes with buying really expensive technology, big medical devices, big, $100,000, $200,000 pieces of equipment. And I could see this really being something that, can be very lucrative, also obviously help people's wellness, but not be this humongous cash outlay that we see a lot of doctors doing.
Yeah, you actually were taking me right to my next point. So that was perfect. Yeah, there's basically no overhead costs when you introduce IV therapy. You don't have to invest in an expensive machine and hope that you get that return on investment. It's an instant ROI. And I'll go over all of that with pricing and everything later. So, yeah, we've simplified the process of introducing IV therapy into any practice. We are a 503B FDA registered pharmacy. What that means is you're getting the highest quality and safest products on the market. All of our products are also require third-party testing, and they're regulated on the federal level, not just the state level. So there's a lot of additional testing that goes on, as opposed to the 503A pharmacies, that it's not as regulated, You also do not need patient-specific information or prescriptions when you place orders. They're all for office use. So that really simplifies the process. The practitioners love that you're not having to fill out name, date of birth, allergies, all of that stuff. So that makes it really, really easy in that regard. So LiquaVita offers two options with our products. We have our all-in-one infusion kits. The kits are great because they come with all of the medical supplies needed to administer a single IV infusion. This makes it really easy for you to manage your inventory, saves a lot of time not having to go order individual supplies, and they're also great for mobile and on-the-go practices. So each all-in-one infusion kit comes with everything from the IV solution bag, the start kit, catheter, tubing, vial adapter, syringe, plus all of our supplies have extra safety features. Patient safety is our number one priority. You'll hear me talk about it a lot during this presentation. But most importantly, you're going to get single dose preservative-free nutrient vial packets. Okay, so each infusion has anywhere from 1 up to 4 vials, and each vial packet is meant for one person. This has so many different benefits. And then we also offer the vial packets alone as another option. Okay, so kits are vials plus supplies, vial packets are vials only. So one of the main benefits of LiquaVita is our single dose preservative-free nutrient vials. Being preservative-free, it's going to eliminate your clients ever having reactions to preservatives. So that is a huge safety factor. It's going to lessen liability and risk in that regard. A lot of people don't realize that preservatives, the number one preservative that's found in IVs, in nutrient vials, is benzyl alcohol. So that causes a lot of inflammation in our cells. So if you're providing IV therapy as a benefit, you don't want to counter effect it with preservatives being introduced into your bloodstream. Also, a lot of people are becoming more and more aware. They don't want to eat preservatives, so why put them in your bloodstream? Also, another benefit, it's going to eliminate your need to have to figure out formulations. You don't have to calculate dosage, osmolarity. Everything is pre-dosed, pre-calculated, pre-tested, safe. All you do is drop the vials and add them to the bag. Easy
I thought
peasy.
this was a really good point, when you and I met and I had my IV done, I wouldn't have even known to ask about the preservative thing. And you are 100% right. Like just myself, for example, I am so diligent about, eating clean as much as possible. We were talking before the podcast a little bit about, post COVID, I've had a lot of just, over immune responses in things that I eat and things that I drink, and so I have to be very, very careful with what I put in my body. And I could totally see myself going to an IV therapy place and not even realizing, here I'm going there to try to preserve my health, optimize my health, and then to put a preservative in my body not knowing it. It does seem so counterproductive, but I feel like this is such a huge differentiator that offices really need to leverage and also consider. I think when they're considering, like, hey, well, maybe I could just come up with my own IV cocktail, or maybe I could just get the cheapest thing that I could find, to save money, and not really realize that this, to me, I feel like for that wellness sort of person, that angle of it being preservative free is super important to let people know about.
Absolutely. And like I mentioned, consumers are becoming more and more aware of it and asking. So it is important. It is also going to minimize risk of human error and contamination. These vials are not sitting in a refrigerator, opens, risk of contamination, used on other people. Each vial packet is only used for one person. So you can feel really good that you're providing the highest quality and safest products to your patients. And it will also eliminate you ever wasting products. So you're never going to be wasting money. A lot of people forget that once you open a multi-dose vial, it's only good for 28 days or 4 weeks. After that, you have to discard the rest. So with our single-use vials, you're using up the entire contents each time. So no wasted product, no wasted money.
Yeah, great point.
So the all-in-one infusion kits are a great addition to any business. You have the two options. They also enhance the client experience. When you're drawing up that IV infusion and you're mixing the bag, you're explaining to the client, these vials have never been used on anybody. Even if you're doing mobile or on the go business, the kits, when you walk into someone's home, it's almost like walking in with a gift. Hey, you have this nice little box with all of the supplies, and they see you mix the bag, as opposed to walking in with like a pre-mixed yellow bag. It really enhances that client's experience and takes it to the next level. Going back to safety, and like I mentioned earlier, with all of our supplies, we're going to show you a little safety video where Sam highlights all of the different supplies we offer and the differences it can make in your business and providing that higher quality, safer product to your patients.
Hey everyone, Sam Tejada, president and founder of LiquaVita. Today we're going to talk about a few safety tips. If you're a vitamin IV infusion customer of any company, not just LiquaVita, of any company, we're going to talk about some safety tips that you should know and look out for when you get some vitamin IV drips. So first thing first, here at LiquaVita, we take a lot of pride in our compliance of making sure that we have the best quality product, making sure that we're doing it safe for our patients. Part of that is making sure we have our hood system. So our IVs, when we put them together, we actually do it in here, inside of the hood system. So as you can hear it, the hood system, what it does, it has positive pressure ventilation, which it goes through the top, inside to the hood system. It goes through a HEPA filter. This is an ISO 500 hood system. And what it does, it pushes the air out. So the air that goes into the hood system while you're mixing your IV bags is actually filtered and free from any kind of bacteria, anything else that could be in the air that you and I are typically breathing, coughing, sneezing in the air that's out here. All right. We also have our medical grade refrigerator. Very important wherever you go to get IVs, that they're storing the product properly. If they're using the typical refrigerator that you see, Coca-Colas or any kind of other beverages, not the right refrigerator. This is medical grade. These are utilized in the hospitals, labs. This is where your product should maintain. Alongside with that, when we talk about our product, we have our LiquaVita IV packets. These packets, everything's pre-measured, pre-dosed. It's one packet per patient. When you look at our IV packets, the vials in there are single dose, meaning that they're preservative-free. When you go to places that are making multiple IV bags off of one vial, that is not the safest way. Those things are full of preservatives. What we like to do is keep those preservatives out of our patient's body. All right, so as you can see, everything is preservative-free here. It's single dose. It's just for one patient, so there's no preservatives in here. Even our glutathione is a single dose. It's a preservative-free vial. All right, so those are our IV packets. Always make sure that you're getting quality product wherever you go. Moving on, our IV kits. All of our IV drips come packaged with all the best quality product in it. Even the gloves inside of our IV start kit are kept sterile. Your typical gloves that are inside of a box, those are not considered sterile. Those are non-sterile. These are sterile. We utilize what's called a dispensing needle. So this dispensing needle, I'll actually open one up for you so you can take a look and see what it is. So in the medical field, a lot of the times what people do to extract the air out of a vial, they go ahead and grab a vial, fill up the syringe with air, they inject air into the vial, and then it helps extract the solution from the vial. So not good, because that air that's out here is full of the germs that we're talking, coughing, sneezing in. So this dispensing needle that I just pulled out here has what's called a micron filter, right? So once we connect to this vial here and extract the solution, all of the air that goes in the vial goes through the micron filter, keeping the sterility of the product intact. All right, so very important. A lot of people out there try to cut corners. Here at LiquaVita, we don't cut corners. Another thing that we have is our IV drip sets. right? The IV tubing. These IV tubings, very important. If you look over here, there's a little white part at the end of the chamber. That is a micron filter, right? So a micron filter will filter out 99% of bacteria that can potentially go into the bag when it's put together, all right? There's also sometimes the potential particulates to go into the bag. That micron filter will filter it out, giving us the best quality product out there when it comes to IV therapy. Very important. These things could be very dangerous to your life if not done right. If you're getting IVs anywhere, LiquaVita or any of the other IV places out there, make sure that they have all of these things in place. Very important. All right, we'll talk next time.
Okay, so another added benefit and what really sets LiquaVita apart with our products are our formulations and our dosings. So formulation is key because we put higher dosages of important ingredients such as ascorbic acid, glutathione. A lot of times people compare pricing, but they forget to compare dosing. So that's really important when you go to these IV places. You want to ask, how much vitamin C am I getting? How much glutathione am I getting? Is it really going to provide me the maximum benefit? So with our formulations, our vitamin C dose, for instance, is 15,000 milligrams, so 15 grams. Most places are putting maybe 1,500 milligrams. Even glutathione, our dose is 2,000 milligrams. So when someone's sitting for an IV, they're going to want and they're paying, they're going to want the maximum benefits they can get. So our formulations really provide that. They feel the LiquaVita difference. We also use non-corn sourced vitamin C. Why is that important? Many people have corn sensitivities. So again, going back to that safer product where reactions could occur with the corn product, you're not going to have that with LiquaVita's. Our vitamin C comes directly from the cassava root, and people will actually feel the difference. I hear it all the time, testimonials when people switch to LiquaVita products from other companies, they tell me, wow, I actually feel the difference. So
Yeah, that's
super.
really interesting. Like, so myself, just to tell you a little story. So my husband and I both have had food sensitivity testing. And for me, like we were talking at the beginning before the podcast about this, sensitivity I have to wheat. Well, my husband has it to corn. And again, like to me, it sort of seems like, okay, let's say I go and I get an IV therapy done for the very first time and I get some sort of weird reaction. I'm not going back. And so I think again, from a recurring revenue standpoint, and that like this is to me is a really big deal. The fact that this is coming not from a corn source. And you're right, corn is one of the top sensitivities that people have. So you just don't want to be using something that could potentially cause an adverse reaction when the whole point of doing this in the first place is to be healthy. So I think that's again, a really important thing to highlight.
And we have a lot of tools, I'll get to them a little later, that are consumer-friendly marketing, teaching them to ask these specific questions. Because like you said, when you've gotten an IV in the past, you wouldn't know to specifically say like, are these corn source products,
Yeah.
So we have tools to provide that, and I'm going to get into that as well. So this is going to give you a little insight about our dosing compared to other formulations. So many people have heard of a Myers cocktail. So Dr. Myers pioneered vitamin IV therapy decades ago. If you ask 9 out of 10 people what his formulation really contains, most of them won't even know. People use it as a marketing. So here's a comparison of the original Myers cocktail formulation versus our comparable Myers cocktail, which is our natural defense. We don't really even like to use the term Myers cocktail because ours is more like a beefed up Myers. You can see when you look at ascorbic acid, for instance, the Myers cocktail dose is 644 milligrams, and ours is 15,000 milligrams. That's 23 times the amount. If you're sitting for an IV, think about your consumers. How much vitamin C would you rather? And then other comparable ingredients, the dosing, and much higher, 16 times, 8 times different amounts of other ingredients. So you're just going to get a lot more benefit from the LiquaVita products. So we have different signature infusions that are going to meet each individual's needs. They are geared towards certain personas. So it makes it fun to be able to associate the persona with the different infusions. IV therapy is not a one size fits all. So it's nice to be able to offer a variety of different infusions to your clients.
I love the names of those too. I feel like I know when I had mine, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get the executive, you know. So I like it because I could also see, you know, again, if you're new at this, you wouldn't really know what you know, IV therapy to choose. And so I think you guys have been pretty clever with the naming of them. I like
Yeah,
that.
we make them relatable.
Yeah.
Yes. So all of our signature infusions are made up of 5 key ingredients. We have the B vitamins, the minerals, the amino acids, the ascorbic acid, and the glutathione. So these are all really important ingredients. They are going to be very beneficial to optimize health and wellness. And we have lots of educational tools on how to talk about them and understand and learn the benefits of each of the key ingredients. So aside from our products, we have our beyond the box philosophy. So we are not just giving you the products, it's more like a business in a box model because we provide what no other company does with regards to marketing tools and support, operational tools, and educational tools. We have, you know, it's going to help grow your business, ongoing support, and just giving you guys the tools to be able to introduce this in a seamless fashion and be able to even help educate your staff to provide the service in a very successful manner. So part of the marketing tools we offer are printed marketing tools. This is great because it's going to take a lot of that guesswork out for you guys, not having to figure out design and layout and images and even wording to describe this new service you're offering. We have lots of different printed tools available for you to be able to offer and make it very easy and educational for yourselves. So we have lots of different printed tools, such as our cocktail menu. It's laminated, double-sided, makes it very easy. A lot of times it's nice and clean. I love our cocktail menu because it's nice and clean. A lot of times you go in these IV places and they hand you a cocktail menu that looks like a diner menu. And it can be very overwhelming for patients to see that. So you want to keep it clean and simple. It will have 6 signature infusions and the glutathione on it. So it's a great tool. We also have different rack cards, lots of different rack cards available. There's one for women's health. We have one for the natural defense. And then we even have our drips rack card. That's almost like a mini cocktail menu. All of the printed tools are available in English and Spanish. So if you have a Spanish demographic, we've translated the printed tools for you. Here's another one of my favorites. It's the lifestyle brochure. This is great because if you keep it in your lobby or your waiting area, people are going to pick it up. I mean, who doesn't want to be that girl or visualize themselves laying on a beach like that? And what I love about the lifestyle book is when they open it up, there's a whole FAQs, what you need to know about IV therapy, so they can read about it. Everything is consumer friendly, educational, even important for you and your staff to educate yourselves on the service. You just read through this and they'll be able to answer questions more easily when they pick up the phone. There's what is nutrient IV therapy. And then the lifestyle book, which is also laminated and spiral bound, goes into more detail than the cocktail menu of each infusion, the immediate benefits, what's in it for you. Then we have my favorite tool. This is our nutrition recommendation guide. So the nutrition guide book actually has a different symptom or issue on each page, and we highlight the specific nutrients to help combat the issue. And we offer IV, IM, and oral recommendations. This is not meant for the consumer. It's more meant for the practitioner and behind the scenes because it's written in more medical scientific terms. So it's not something you're going to keep in your lobby per se, but it is a great visual tool to use during a consultation. You know, you can visually show your clients you're having adrenal fatigue. These are the nutrients that are going to be found in the Fountain of Youth, which we recommend for your regimen. And this is how they're going to help your issue. So aside from the printed tools, another great tool that we offer that, again, no other company does is our online affiliate support center. So once you guys get signed on, you guys will have access to the support center. It has a combination of digital marketing tools, operational tools, and educational tools. So starting with the marketing, we have a whole library of hundreds of digital images, videos, logos, banners that you guys can use on your website. You can post on your social media platforms. Again, just saving you lots of time and money and guesswork trying to figure out, well, what image am I going to post today? Let me go in the library and figure it out. And then you also have Lori here on the marketing side that's going to help you with all of that. And then if you look at this sidebar here, you'll see everything that the support center has to offer. So we have the FAQs, we have marketing materials, tools, forms and guides, webinars, educational webinars, how-to videos, articles, newsletters. So this is a little peek inside into the digital library of the different images. Our marketing team does a great job of making the images very catchy. A lot of them just have our signature drip. We do a lot of holiday images. We're always updating and sending out new images, especially with our newsletters. So we send out monthly newsletters. They always have cute themes. So there's, for February, for instance, we did couples that drip together, stay together. We did a March Madness one. We're about to send out our summer one next month that highlights like a lot of travel. We even have one that's introducing IV therapy to your practice. So the newsletters, they're great because all you do is download the template and you guys already have your established database that you can market to. So you just email blast it to your database and it's just saving so much time and money. So aside from the marketing tools, we also have operational tools. These are great because, again, it's going to take a lot of that guesswork out. We have consent forms, intake forms. We have our anaphylaxis protocol or concierge protocol. We even have a whole webinar on mobile IV and best practices. So giving you guys the tools you need to introduce the service and take a lot of that guesswork out. This is one of my favorites. It's our what to expect form. So this is ready for you to download and print out. It explains to your clients how to prepare for their IV, what to expect during and after. And these tools are really great because it's going to, aside from teaching your staff how to answer questions, but also combat some of those rebuttals. Anyone that reads this is not going to call you after they have an IV and be like, well, why do I have a headache? I'm supposed to feel good after my IV. This explains what to expect after your IV treatment. Your body goes through a detox period, so you may experience a mild to moderate headache. So giving you the tools you need to be able to educate the clients and not have to deal with those rebuttals and things like that. Another benefit marketing wise is that we also list you on our website as a LiquaVita product provider. This is a great tool because if someone's on our website looking for a provider in their area and you are the closest location, if they click more info, it's going to directly connect them to your website. So once your account is signed on, you get a link, you put all your information, your location information in it. You can even upload photos, so they'll see those as well. So it's another great benefit to the LiquaVita affiliate program. From a business standpoint, there's, like we mentioned earlier, there's basically no overhead cost. We do charge a one-time startup fee. The fee is $4.99. $400 goes right back to you in product credit to use towards product. So it really ends up being only a $99 fee. That $99 fee covers a whole year of support center access, as well as the location listing for the whole year. So it's like $8.25 a month. After that, it is just a $99 renewal fee after 1 year. There are no monthly fees. There's no cancellation fees. There's no minimum order required. You can order 1 kit. You can order 100. We do not collect profits or royalties like some other companies do. You just pay for products as you go along. So Anyone interested in opening up an account or any questions that you have, you can reach me directly at lisa@liquivida.com. My direct phone number is listed here as well. You can call and talk to me personally at any time. That's actually another benefit working with LiquaVita is you get to call and talk to a live person anytime. So reach out if you have any questions, if you want to get started, if you want me to email you the pricing flyer. I look forward to connecting with each and every one of you. I am now going to pass it over to Lori to talk about some of the marketing tools and how to implement them.
Awesome. Well, Lisa, that was really informative. And gosh, my gears are turning with a lot of different clients of ours that I think are really, really going to get a lot of benefit out of this webinar. I also think like from a business standpoint, uh, this to me is a no-brainer. $99, no minimums. I guess maybe if you could talk really quick before I go into the marketing piece about margins. So I don't know if you have like any ideas on that, like how much a kit costs versus what people are typically charging. So that might give our listeners an idea of kind of what the ROI is on this sort of thing.
I'm glad you brought that up, Lori, because I did say I was going to talk about pricing. So when you look at our pricing flyer, this is the first column is going to be the price that you guys pay per kit or vial packet. So going back to the difference, the kits come with all of the medical supplies plus the vials, and the vial packets are just vials. So this Liquid Lift kit, it comes with 4 vials. The Performance has 3. The Fountain of Youth has 3. So the more expensive ones have more nutrients, more components. So that's why they're more. And then we give a suggested retail price. Practices can charge more if they want. We don't suggest going lower than that retail price. And then the profit is going to be per one single infusion. So you can multiply that with your daily or weekly your weekly or monthly projections. We also do sell additional nutrients. A lot of them are multi-dose vials that we use for IM injections. So you can offer your clients the benefits of IM injections as well.
Okay.
IM injections have lots of benefits for people that don't have time to do an IV or, to do in between IVs. So that's another great service to add. And this is for the printed marketing tools.
So it looks like it's about 100% markup. So for example, like the Performance Hydration IV kit is 124, and then you guys are suggesting 255. So it's 100% markup. So that you're making, in this example, $131 per patient. And again, if you think about that, like this is something you can also do at volume. It's also something that the doctor doesn't have to necessarily do. It can be a staff member doing it. So I could see this being done, like, let's say the doctor has a surgery day every Wednesday. Like these could be going on in the office while the doctor's at the surgery center. So I think, yeah, this is really lucrative. And again, I like anything that's a win-win-win for everybody, right? It's the patient is winning because they're getting healthier. The office is winning because they're, bringing in new patients and helping their patients get healthier. And they're also making a profit without a big out-of-pocket cost. Kind of going back to adding these services, what I see a lot of times is, a doctor buys a device and then the device companies are in there every week trying to sell them this device and that device and this device. And then pretty soon the doctor's got, $1 million worth of equipment, and it becomes very stressful on how to market and have a good ROI and the maintenance on these machines and all of those things that go into it. Here you've got something that's a low cost to entry, high profit. I mean, a 50% profit margin, you don't see that in a lot of other services. So I feel like this is really, really reasonable. And I love how it's just all packaged up so that it takes the guesswork. The marketing stuff that you went over, Lisa, people don't understand how much benefit there is in having that stuff turnkey. That's such a big deal. Now, the thing that we'll hear sometimes too is they may not necessarily have a full-time in-house marketer that has the time to go in and and, get the tools out and make sure they're consistently posted on social media, and make sure that that email blast gets out in the month of May for your May, graphics and emails that you have out. And that's really where we can come in, kind of again, as that lower cost outsourced marketing team that has access to the tools and can implement these for the practice. So I'll share my screen here and I'll go through a few tips for you guys. In fact, I came up with 5 of the top tips of things that you can do to get out of the gate right from the get-go. As soon as you start offering LiquaVita in your practice, how do you make sure that you immediately kind of get out of the gates quickly and get those new patients in the door? So
I just want to say one thing, going back to it being a lucrative service, because what a lot of people don't realize is that it's one of the services that you can have only one employee servicing multiple people at one time, as opposed to all these other services where it is a one-on-one. So it is definitely a lower cost of goods and a higher return. So thank you for bringing up that point.
Yeah, I hadn't even thought of that, because you're right. I mean, even with laser treatments and things like that, it's just like one team member, one patient. This, you could have multiple people going at the exact same time. So that's actually a great point. All right, so what we'll do, I'm going to keep this short, but I'm going to jam pack about 5 really good ideas for you on how you can go about implementing this. And of course, if you need help, this is something we are always happy to get on a call, walk you guys through how to actually implement some of these tools. And so Medical Marketing Whiz, we work with aesthetic medicine, women's health, and functional medicine providers across the entire United States and Canada. And our goal is to position our clients as that #1 go-to provider in their area. One thing that I did really also like about what you said, Lisa, was that doctor finder or that practice finder. Your website gets tens of thousands of hits every single month. And having a profile on there as a LiquaVita provider, as opposed to kind of like trying to do this on your own with your own cocktail that you put together, that again is a huge advantage in terms of marketing and having a really strong referral source to your practice for people that are looking for these sort of services. And so real quick, if we kind of think about how our new patient's going to find you, right? It's hard to take somebody from a stranger right straight to a patient. We've got to get to know them. They've got to land on your website. They've got to discover you. So we want to have some search engine optimization built into your website, talking about IV therapy, using the LiquaVita name. Again, that's something that is going to get Googled a lot more because it does have that national brand name recognition. Once they land on your website, we've got to get them to raise their hand, put their contact information in, requesting an appointment or requesting more information. So now they're what we would consider a lead. And then after that, we want to convert them. And we're going to do that through email marketing, through social media, through webinars, through events. And again, what's great is LiquaVita's got a lot of these tools that are going to be easy to implement to be able to take that person from stranger to patient. And then ultimately, we want that person to be a referral source. I tell this story all the time. I go to a functional medicine doctor for my hormone therapy, and I've sent 28 of my friends and their spouses to this one doctor that I go to. So that one person in your practice can really open up a lot of referral business for you as well. So we want to turn those happy patients into referrals. And so one of the first things that you want to do when you decide to bring IV therapy into your practice is you want to make sure that you update your Google business profile. This is the #1 local business listing of you anywhere on the internet. And in fact, this is going to show up even above the #1 ranked website. So if you've got your listing claimed and optimized, and you'll see an example here of somebody that's got a lot of reviews, it really positions you as that authority, as that trusted source for wellness, for nutrition, for things like LiquaVita IV therapy. And so how do you update this? First thing, you want to make sure that you claim your listings. So you've got to have them claimed so that you get access to the back end. You'll get notified if you get any reviews. And you can also add a lot of keywords to your listing. What I love about Google My Business, you guys, is it's free. It doesn't cost you anything to do this. And it's shocking to me how many times people don't have this thing optimized. So you want to add all of your business categories. So if you're, let's say, a family practice doctor, you don't want to just have family practice doctor. You want to have wellness center. Maybe you do weight loss. Maybe you do skincare. Maybe you do nutrition. Add all of those individual categories. And then under your services, make sure you add IV therapy and that you could put IV therapy LiquaVita specifically on your Google business profile. And then another thing that a lot of folks forget are these business attributes. So you'll see in the bottom right corner here where it says from the business, and this particular office is a woman-owned business. Google likes that, right? And there's people that specifically look for things like woman-owned business or veteran-owned business. So make sure that you're looking at those specific business attributes, and any of them that are specific to your business, make sure that you add those to your listing. The next thing is email marketing. So Lisa did a great job of showing all of the different resources in the LiquaVita marketing portal that you have access to. The bottom line is you need to have consistent email marketing. It's not just sending out an email like, hey, we've got LiquaVita, and then it's like 4 months before anybody hears about it again. There should be something in your monthly newsletter every single month. You've got more than enough tools available to you in their marketing portal. Just make sure that you're doing this consistently. Email marketing has a higher conversion than both social media and search combined. It's not as fun and exciting as social media and those things that we love, crafting all of these stories and reels and all of that. But the truth is that your own database of people already know, like, and trust you, and they need to know that you're offering this service, because God forbid, we don't want them to go down the street to a competitor because they didn't realize that you're bringing this into your practice. So you want to make sure that you're just touching on like our monthly email newsletter, utilizing the resources that they have in their portal. And this, again, is something we can do for you if you don't know how to do it. Social media. So again, tons of great assets that are available to you. The main thing is that social media is meant to be social. So we can use some of the stock photos and some of the things that are available in these marketing portals, but you also want to showcase your real staff, you guys actually doing these treatments, your happy patients. And it's important because social media it's called social media, meaning they want to see you. So you want to also pre-plan your social media. So one of the things that we have is called the Dr. Social Whiz platform. We have all of the LiquaVita marketing content from a social media standpoint already loaded into this portal. You literally can connect your Facebook, your Instagram, your LinkedIn, your Google business profile, and your TikTok profile all together in one place. You can go into the LiquaVita tag that we have set up and drag these posts on any day that you want posted. We also give you access to any of our other content. We have over 5,000 posts already done in this platform. And the beauty of it is it's also customizable. It integrates with Canva. If you're not sure what to say and you maybe want to reword a post, it has AI integrated into it. So you can reword your post. You can come up with unique hashtags. So the point of it is make sure that your social media is social, make sure you're consistent, and that you're not just posting on Facebook and Instagram, that you're also posting on some of these other platforms. Like LinkedIn is kind of a hidden treasure. There's a lot of professional people on LinkedIn and who want to, be at the top of their game at work and running their business and doing their job. So that's another kind of hidden place. And then also your Google business profile. Posting on your Google business profile helps you get found in search results. Also in the realm of social media, you can put a little bit of money behind some ads. So these are just examples of ads. There's multiple different types of ads that you can run. The point is that running social media ads allows you to target your exact new person in your local area that you want to reach. So in this example, they're targeting women between the ages of 35 and 65 who are 25 miles in and around their office. These are people that are into anti-aging, into life extension. They're eating at organic grocery stores. They're into physical fitness. They have hormone imbalance. They've looked up cool sculpting in the past. people that are going to spend money on out-of-pocket sort of services like IV therapy. In addition, you can also pick top 50% income bracket. So again, people that will have that disposable income. So your ad about IV therapy, about your event, about your special that you have going on is going to show in the news feeds of these very targeted people. And you literally could put $5-10 a day towards this ad. It doesn't have to be super expensive, and it can really grow your social media and grow your number of leads that you're bringing in. The fourth tip is press releases. So if it were me, business to business owner, giving you advice, this is one of the top things that you can do, not only to get a ton of high quality backlinks for search engine optimization, but it's going to get you as seen in Yahoo News, Associated Press, NBC. We've all seen people's websites that have those sort of logos on it. How they're doing it is through press releases. And so essentially what a press release is it's an article, very similar to maybe what you would put as a blog article on your website. But that blog article, that article is sent out via Newswire. And that gets picked up by local, regional, and national affiliates of your local NBC stations, CBS, Fox, Associated Press, radio stations, as well as even newspaper publications. And I'll show you just a quick example here of what these press releases look like. So this is a recent one. We actually just did this a couple of days ago. And this is in a Fox station in the Indianapolis area that is close to where this particular doctor's office is. And this doctor is launching a personalized nutrition program. So this article gets picked up by not only one, but hundreds of local news sites. And throughout this article, there are what we call backlinks. So you'll see this is actually a live link right here that links back to that doctor's website on their nutrition page. So sort of imagine the same exact thing about how you're launching IV therapy and all of the local news outlets in your area are picking up that article. So in the marketing world, we like to call that backlinks. So these are things that give you really strong backlinks back to your practice and help you to show up when somebody is looking for IV therapy near me. You're dominating all of the search results, not only with your website, but all of the news articles that are about how you're offering this at your practice. And last but not least is going to be tip number 5, which is hosting an event. Events really accomplish 3 things. Number 1, they get your name out there. They get your name in the community, they get you visibility, and it's all about education. Education-based marketing is really what wins in the healthcare space. In addition to that, you're going to get immediate ROI in sales. That's why I love events. I'm like, listen, do an event. You're going to pay for your entire marketing program. You're going to pay for your entire investment in the LiquaVita kits in a couple-hour event at your office. And it also gives you a lucrative future pipeline. So those folks that come to the event and maybe aren't 100% ready to get started, they're still going to be fatigued. They're still going to have jet lag. They're still going to have, health issues. And guess what? You're going to be top of mind when they're actually ready to take that next step. So events in the marketing world, we say that 77% of marketers will say that these small in-person events are the number 1 ROI thing that you can do in your marketing. And so just to give you a couple of ideas, we recommend doing something like this at least once per quarter. So this is an office that did one in May. It was a Bloom into Health event. IV therapy was one of the focuses of the event itself. In fact, they launched their IV therapy club. So they talked a little bit about that. They talked about the benefits of IV therapy. So they did kind of an open house sort of format where they're talking about different wellness services that they offer. But IV therapy was one of the cornerstone services that they did go over at their event. And then just getting the word out for the events. It's not enough to post about it on social media. You want to have a flyer at your office with a QR code where people can register. You do want people to pre-register because that's really the only way you're going to guarantee people are going to show up. You want to make sure you're capturing name, email, phone number. Have a bring a friend incentive. So if you get 20 people to RSVP, guess what? They all hang out with people like them. I don't really want to go to your event by myself anyways. So why not give them incentive to bring one of their friends? You want to use email marketing. You want to have it on social media. You want to add it to your website. You want to have it on Eventbrite. That's a free place to host and list events. We'll usually get 5 to 10 new RSVPs per month just on Eventbrite. Again, it's free. Posting on your Google business profile. We talked about that. Making sure that Google knows, hey, you've got this coming up. Chamber of Commerce. Chamber of Commerce filled with local business owners in your area, all who want to be healthy. Why not invite all those local business owners to your event? And then again, having a press release, letting the media know that you've got this going on. And I guarantee you guys, this is one of the things that will, like, if you implement this every quarter, you will be a leader in your community, and you will have a very, very, very healthy practice. The last little bonus idea is podcasting. Podcasting, I would say, people ask me, what are the 2 biggest things in marketing right now? And my answer is AI and podcasting. Podcasting tends to be very highly educated people. It's one of the fastest growing things. Like, people don't listen to the radio anymore, right? We're popping in our earbuds while we're folding laundry, while we're going on a walk. We're listening to our favorite podcasts. We're listening to Spotify for our favorite songs and everything. And so why not take IV therapy to a podcast? Get on other people's podcasts and talk about the benefits of IV therapy. Again, from a authority building standpoint, you've got on your website, Dr. Samela as seen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts. Listen to my episode about IV therapy. It really positions you as that go-to expert in the wellness space. And so this is just a really quick recap of your marketing checklist. So once you call Lisa, you get those IV kits with LiquaVita into your practice. You want to make sure you get it added to your Google business. You're going to send it out via email. It's going to be in your newsletter every month. You're going to put it on your social media. You're going to maybe put a little money behind ads, doing a press release, and then round it out with an event. And so, of course, if you need help with any of these things, we are always here to help. Happy to hop on a strategy call. In fact, I got a couple of free gifts just for being on with us today. So first thing, we're happy to do a visibility scan for you. So this will be an online visibility of your search engine optimization. So we can look at, how is your website ranking? How many business directories is your business listed in? Is there any areas of opportunity for getting more backlinks back to your practice? We do a scan of your website. So a lot of times we can tell if, hey, website has a great design, doesn't really have SEO on it for people to find you guys for things like LiquaVita IV therapy and your other services. So we'll do a custom scan. We'll give you guys that report. And then usually I'll sit down with about an hour on a Zoom call, and we can really talk about your practice. We can look at what your competitors are doing. We can look at how your conversions are going and maybe some of the things that might be preventing you from getting more phone calls. And so if you want to take advantage of that, you can always get in touch with us here at Medical Marketing Whiz. You've got a button on our website that you can visit. You can also email me or call or DM me on social media. So we're happy to help you guys kind of get this off the ground, and really ultimately hoping that you'll be super, super successful. So with that, I really want to thank Lisa again. This was so much fun to be able to learn more about LiquaVita, and I'm just really excited to tell so many of our clients about what it is that you guys do, and excited to see kind of where things go in the second half of the year this year in the wellness space. So thank you so much.